So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to do a quick overview of the Silver Grove update. So first up, we have a new Warframe called Titania, which you get by finishing the Silver Grove questline, which you get from the Lotus wannabe in the new Loka area in a relay, and she's a pixie that can shrink down and fly. And this works exactly like Archwing. She will shrink down, pull out dual pistols called Dex Pixia, which is a pretty good name. And these seem to be scaling of the mods you have on your primary weapon rather than your secondary weapon. You also have a melee attack, and if you fly into a wall or you just collide with the terrain, you will take damage. Now, I don't want to talk about Titania too much because I've only played with her for about an hour or two, so I'm going to wait until the next Saturday and I'm going to do a full Warframe review. Next up, we have Fusion 2.0. Now, I think I misunderstood what they meant by Phase 1 and Phase 2. Because what I've read, I thought that Phase 1 was supposed to simplify the system we had previously, and Phase 2 was supposed to include the Endo system. But they already brought out the Endo system. Now, Phase 2 apparently is supposed to contain treasures that you can find and convert into high amounts of Endo, and the treasures will be tradable, so we'll be able to trade huge amounts of fusion resources between players. But that part of the system is not here yet, so let's talk about the fusion system. So what happened is all the fusion cores, with the exception of legendary cores, were converted into Endo, which is the raw essence for fusion. Basically the thing that was inside fusion cores that allowed us to use them to rank up mods. Now, to not make your duplicate mods completely useless with this new system, you can take all your duplicate mods and turn them into Endo as well. If you want to rank a mod, you simply click on it, you click on Fusion, and it will show you a little plus and a minus. You choose the rank of the mod, it will show you how much Endo you need and how many credits. Click Apply Fusion, and you're done. Endo is obtained in the same way that we use to get fusion cores, so instead of an enemy dropping a fusion core, he will drop 50 Endo. And I can tell you right now that the best way of farming Endo is gonna be high-level excavation, so probably Hierakon. And it's because they shuffled relic rewards around a little bit, and they added few relic rewards on Rotation A. And Rotation B, which was Excavator 3, 7, 11, and so on, which used to be a guaranteed relic, is not anymore. And the first excavation mission that I did, I got Endo on the third excavator, which, as I've said already, previously would be a guaranteed relic. So at least right now, until they introduce the Endo treasures, excavations are the way to go. They made it a less of a grind already, and they plan to make it even less of a grind later on. Isn't that lovely? Next up, we have some new outfits for the operator, which do look rather nice, and you can even give your operator a skirt, although I am still kind of disappointed that I cannot give my operator a pink tutu. Then we got a couple of new weapons. So first up we have the Pox, which is a secondary throwing weapon, and it's a sack of infested shite that you throw at things. Lovely! It's a really good weapon though. It does pretty good damage up front, it leaves a cloud behind, and it has really good status chance, although the magazine size or the ammo capacity in total is incredibly tiny. It also does raw toxin damage, so it's going to be a brilliant weapon for Sarim players. The next weapon on the list is a gunblade. Yes, a gunblade called the Sarpa. Now, the main difference between the Sarpa and the Redeemer is that Redeemer was mostly melee and it had a couple of shots woven into it. The Sarpa is the other way around. You shoot with it a hell of a lot more than you slash with it, and it also has a couple of rolls in its basic combo. And if that's not enough gunbladiness for you, we're also getting a new stance for gunblades called Bullet Dance, which apparently is supposed to drop from caches in the Void Sabotage missions. And yes, I will do a full video on this stance once I get it. Then we have a new Siandana called the Epoxy Siandana, which is just an infested limb that kind of hangs off your back. Once again, very lovely. Raptor, the boss on Europa, has had a little bit of a rework, and I will just let you experience that for yourself. However, what I'm gonna say is that this boss definitely needed a rework, because if you were a cheeky bastard like me, you would just snipe him from the entrance with a really good sniper rifle before he could even take off. Or you would run in and get decimated during his invulnerability period, so good thing he got a rework. Then we got a couple of new augments. The first one is for Nyx's Absorb, called Assimilate, which will allow you to move at 50% speed when you use your Absorb bubble, but the area of effect will be reduced by 50%. The second augment is for Neja's Warding Halo, called Safeguard, which will allow you to cast Warding Halo on allies, but it will only have 50% of your Halo's health. And the final augment is for Atlas's Landslide, called Path of Statues, where casting Landslide will leave a trail behind you that lasts for 12 seconds and petrifies enemies for 6 seconds. Now, I will cover Path of Statues, which is the augment for Atlas, next week, and the other two for Neja and Nyx will be covered in their respective Warframe reviews. Then we got a couple of Conclave skins that you can buy if you're at the rank of Typhoon or higher from Tishin, and they are skins for Karak, Kraken, Axolotl, Tipedo, Glaive, and Soma. Then we have a new Lunaro arena, which for whatever reason I was not able to enter, so I'm sorry about that, but I can't show you any footage of it. We also got a ton of little fixes and changes and some really good quality of life changes. And there are two quality of life changes that personally I really like. The first one is a different waypoint for cephalon fragments, because if you're someone like me and you've scanned them all and you're running a mission with random people and suddenly they throw down a waypoint, you were like, oh my god, what's happening over there? Then you run over there and it's a cephalon fragment. That's not going to happen anymore because they have their own waypoint. And the second one is something that a lot of people will like, and that's the rarity-based color coordination you see on items at the end of a fissure mission. So if you're farming for ducats, you can immediately see which item is the most expensive one. And my voice is starting to go away, so I'm gonna end it right here. I hope the video was helpful with all the changes and stuff. I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.